Hello and welcome to Spectrum Geeks. In this video I'm going to talk to you all about my decision to finally go about getting my pilot's license. That's right, I'm learning to fly. So I mentioned in some other videos that some of my funds were kind of being directed elsewhere, and the reason for that was because I've been learning to fly in the background. So I'm still early on into the journey. It was the beginning of November 2021 that I had my first lesson, and then we kind of accelerated from there. At the time of doing this video, it is around the 18th of January 2022. I've just flown solo for the first time, so I'm about a third, I guess, of my way through the hour building process. Still many elements to go. I've done some of the ground school exams and different bits and bobs, and basically I'm going to be sharing some of those videos and my learn to fly progress with you on this channel. There is a flying playlist. Basically you can click on that and see all videos specific to flying. So if you're interested in those videos, perhaps you thought about learning to fly, or perhaps you are a pilot yourself, please consider liking this video, it'd be much appreciated. And obviously subscribe to the channel and press the bell notification icons so you can be notified of new uploads. There's all different types of videos on Spectrum Geeks. Flying is just going to be one of those playlists, but I've got stuff on my solar powered house, electric vehicles, cars, reviews, all different things, and they'll be coming obviously on this channel. So in terms of the flying, just to give you a little bit of background, and I guess just to get some things out of my head onto video to share with yourselves. So one of the first things that people might say if they watch the Spectrum Geeks channel already is, Dale, you do, or you have a lot of things that are electric. So you've got, a solar powered house, and you've got battery storage, you drive electric vehicles, you've got various different electric stuff. So actually you're not a massive person in terms of carbon footprint. You're with Octopus Energy, so you use renewable electricity. And obviously flying a plane, well, that's just burning dino juice all over the place and contributing to global warming and all those kind of things. So I guess the one thing I will say on that is 100% correct, 100% right. More people flying is not good for the environment. However, I did look into this. There are some flight schools that do have one of the, I think there's only one approved electric plane that can be used to learn to fly in, and they're few and far between. I do have an aspiration to have a go at flying one of those in the future, but basically today in 2022 or 2021 as it was when I started, if you want to learn to fly a plane, you're still doing that in those older, basically dino juice powered aircraft. So there's not many options, and if obviously you want to fly electric aircraft in the future, and hopefully there will be more of them. Obviously, as with cars, the biggest thing with planes is the weight and the distance and the safety and all those kind of things. So it will come in the future, but right now if you want to learn to fly, you need to do that in a gasoline powered aircraft. And also the cost of learn to fly continues to go up and up and up. So the sooner you do it, the better. And there is actually a shortage of pilots coming, apparently. So I'm doing this for my own personal gratification, I guess. It may lead to other things in the future. There's a few things on my mind that I may share on the channel in the future. But basically, right or wrong, you may or may not agree with me. But I've decided that I'm okay with the fact that there is going to be obviously some impact to the planet as part of me learning to fly, and that's just that. I've wanted to be a pilot ever since I was young. Obviously lots of kids want to kind of be a pilot or a fireman or a policeman, all those little things you want to do when you're a kid. But I actually properly wanted to be a pilot. Initially a pilot in the Air Force, then got rid of that idea because you might get shot at. And then did think about being a pilot in an airline, that sort of thing. But then in careers meetings at school, that was never something that was really supported or said was really possible. They said, hey Dale, you're currently doing lifeguard training, which I was doing in the evenings at the time. Perhaps you could be a lifeguard, or hey, you also do home economics. Perhaps you should be a chef. And I actually did go off to train to be a chef for a very short period of time, before then deciding this isn't going to be for me, and that's when I switched to computer science and then did the computer stuff, which is where I find myself still today. So it's a long-term dream that I've always had, and I thought about it last year. It's probably about February time that I decided that instead of some of the gadgets and things that I've been buying, and some of them are emotional purchases or gratification purchases and aren't really that beneficial to me, I can start putting that money by to learn to fly. So I started to look into how much it's going to cost to learn, what are the kind of key components. I started to put some money by. Until November, I thought I had enough money to kind of get started. Not enough money to get everything completed, but enough money to get started on my kind of learning journey. So that's what I've done, and that's the journey that I'm on. So on this channel, I will be sharing obviously the progress. Some of it will be limited. I've been having some discussions with the flight school. They allow me to record all of my videos of all my flights for my own personal benefit. I actually find it quite helpful to look back after the lesson and also see what I did and listen to what the instructor said. I think it's helped me kind of advance. So some of those videos may or may not be available, both if the school is happy with those videos being shared, if the instructor is happy with those videos being shared as well. But obviously videos that happen outside of that, in terms of my ground school stuff and the exams and everything, I will be sharing those. I've also been doing some practice on my home flight simulator, and I'll go through some of the pros and cons and the setup I have for that as well on the channel. So there's many other videos that I can share, but there may be some videos that until I get my license, there will be some restrictions that the school put upon me, that whether they are not, or whether they are happy or not, and the instructors are happy or not, that I post online. Obviously I want to respect what they're doing. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments. We also have the Spectrum Geeks Discord channel. I will add a flying section to that as well, so if there's any flying specific stuff that you want to talk about, we can discuss that in there. And again, thanks very much for watching. I hope you can follow along on this journey. Again, like I said, maybe you're learning to be a pilot, perhaps you're considering it as well. I did also consider being or learning to fly a helicopter. That was something I actually thought about a long time for fixed wing, because I thought, hey, helicopters are great, you can fly them and land them anywhere, and that's kind of true, and actually I used to fly radio controlled nitro powered helicopters when I was younger. That was part of my kind of fix for that desire. But helicopters are expensive. Learning to fly helicopters is more expensive than fixed wing, and actually in reality obviously a fixed wing is safer. If you have an engine failure, basically a fixed wing just becomes a heavy glider. With a helicopter, yes, there are things you can do, auto rotation to kind of parachute yourself down at the last minute, but I think in general, flying a plane is safer. My wife is supporting me on it, even though she's not happy with me flying at all, so there are some constraints in there, but definitely I think a helicopter would be a no-go in terms of that, because I have a family to think about as well. But I think that's it in terms of my brain dump. So yeah, learning to fly, I'm really enjoying it. Looking forward to what that may bring. My plan is, or my hope, depending on COVID and work and money and my obviously aptitude in the flying lessons, but I hope by the end of 2022 I get my pilot's license, and again I'll be covering some of these things off at the medicals and the ground school and headsets and different things and choosing your school, all that kind of stuff, and what matters. So that's it from me. The dog is busy snoring, as you can probably hear, as usual, on these videos. But again, thanks very much for watching. Take care of yourself, and hopefully catch you in these flying series of videos. Bye for now.